So we have new Star Wars films announced from directors James Mangold, Dave Filoni, and Charmin Obaid-Chinoy. Hopefully I didn't butcher that too bad. The latter one will be handling Daisy Ridley, who will reprise her role as Rey, 15 years after the sequel trilogy, to form a new Jedi Order. And when I first heard this, I was not in a good mood, to say the least. So we have the Rey movie, and then James Mangold's movie is the Dawn of the Jedi film, and Dave Filoni has the movie that is basically the Mandoverse movie. All of those shows that Favreau and Filoni do are going to culminate in that movie, in his movie. But I think what I'm probably least looking forward to is... Well, actually, I'm not looking forward to any of these. Sorry. I feel nothing, but I'm really upset about Rey as rebuilding the Jedi Order. Because, and the way they announced it too, they showed this timeline. They showed those icons representing the different eras of the new Star Wars canon. And only Rey's movie was counted as the new Jedi Order era. So not only did we have to witness the character assassination of Luke Skywalker and his death, we also have to witness his life's achievements, his whole character arc, being taken and given to Rey. So it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough what they did to him in the sequel trilogy. Now his life's journey has also been taken. And on top of that, the Ahsoka series, which will culminate in Dave Filoni's film, so it's kind of a twofold thing, which will have Thrawn, who was reintroduced in the kids show. Thrawn looks absolutely dopey looking. So I haven't watched it. I've watched a few scenes from Rebels. I can't watch Thrawn look like that. I'm sorry. So yeah, but anyways, it's going to continue off of that storyline. Whatever, have Thrawn in your little dinky kids show. I know a lot of people like it. I don't mean to trash on it too much. It's just not my thing. Thrawn is one of my favorite antagonists of Star Wars. He's a really very intriguing character. He's a fan favorite for a reason, and just to see him portrayed in such a weird way, I just didn't like. So they're taking the story, basically Heir to the Empire. The Ahsoka trailer even mentioned Heir to the Empire, like it's a clue. Maybe they're gonna adapt it. That famous book that everyone loves. Well, no, they're not gonna do that. That's just bait. They're not gonna adapt Heir to the Empire. So I said this on Twitter. Heir to the Empire is being Rings of Power, which is basically they're mining this beloved source material, recognizable elements and characters to use as inspiration, or just to use certain things, just pluck them out of the source material and reimagine them however they see fit, and most likely in a vastly inferior way. There's a reason Thrawn is so famous. There's a reason why Thrawn is beloved as an antagonist. Was his story in Heir to the Empire, and they're not telling that. It is literally the Rings of Power treatment. Like Galadriel, they retell their stories however they see fit. Like Rings of Power, they're not going to tell Tolkien's stories. They're just going to mishmash it together. Take elements, pillage it, and make it a shell, a shadow of what it used to be. And it makes me upset because this was Heir to the Empire. Like, this is the era of Han, Luke, and Leia, and Lando, and Wedge, and Mara Jade, and so many others. You're taking their time in the sun. This is their time. Ahsoka had her time in the Clone Wars and post A New Hope or whatever. This is Han, Luke, and Leia's time. So not only is their past taken and their dealings with Thrawn, well, now Rey is going to also rebuild the new Jedi Order. I feel like Han, Luke, and Leia are dying all over again. It's really sad. It makes me just not care about anything else. The Dawn of the Jedi, yeah, I don't care. I honestly don't trust Dave Filoni to make a good live-action film. I think season 3 of The Mandalorian has definitely more of his stamp on it. It plays out like a live-action Clone Wars episode. That's not a good thing. So I don't trust him to make a decent live-action film. So they had some characters in the Ahsoka trailer. One kind of looked like it could be inspired by Joros Sabaoth, but he did look very much like Valkorian. I did notice that. Someone said that, and now I can't unsee it. Luke spent years trying to redeem his robo-dad who killed countless innocents and never gave up, but he suddenly tries to kill his nephew because of a dream. Sure, okay. Yeah. And I even said at the time, during Mandalorian Season 2 with Luke, it was a beautiful moment. I still enjoy it. Luke's appearance. But at the time, I even said that was just a small step forward. There was so much damage done after the sequel trilogy, and I think pretty much everyone hated Rise of Skywalker, it seemed. Some liked it for some retconning elements, but it was just not good. And I feel like I'm right back to where I was after The Last Jedi. I'm right back there. Just supreme pessimism. I have no optimism, cautious optimism even, of anything, and I no interest really. I think the only interest I have now is just a morbid fascination, I guess, to see the car crash. I think James Mangold was the only one that made any lick of sense. And even Rey's movie, I've never heard of this person. I looked up her IMDb. She's just done documentaries and a lot of like shorts of documentaries. And there was like nothing in there that seemed at all like a good choice for a project like this. Even just detached, you know, emotionally from this story, like I definitely don't have any confidence in someone who doesn't have a proven track record of filmmaking for science fiction fantasy. I mean, I had confidence in Denis Villeneuve because he paid his dues. He proven himself as an accomplished sci-fi filmmaker before he even got his hands on Dune. That was his dream. But he didn't set out to do that right away. He put in the work and the training, and he learned his craft, and he proved himself. And that's why many had confidence in his ability to at least make an entertaining movie. It definitely seemed to fit with Dune, the IP, and it was just icing on the cake that he was so passionate about it, and that it was just his dream as a child to make this movie. He even did storyboards as a kid with him and his friend. That's a long-lived commitment and passion, and that's what they need. They need someone who loves this universe, who is knowledgeable, and knowledgeable also about filmmaking itself and what it takes to produce competently, to use your budget wisely, to concentrate on what matters most, the elements of storytelling, and to make this universe feel real. And Denis did that amazingly. He made Dune feel real. He got performances that were really good from his actors because he built practical sets. He wanted the actors to feel like they were on Arrakis and on Caladan, and you could tell in their performances how immersed they were in this world. It makes a difference. I mean, at least James Mangold has experience in the sci-fi fantasy realm as a filmmaker. Not so sure about Indiana Jones, I don't know. But apart from that, he has a good, impressive track record. A lot of people like Logan. But for Filoni and Obaid Chinoy, not even from a professional standpoint, I don't have confidence in that.